Your media, where you are.
Ndimacheroni, shalom, all you beautiful beings. What up, my soul family? I feel like it's been such a long minute. I have missed you so much. Welcome back to season 2 of the Spiritual Bar. If we are meeting for the first time, my name is Phumudzo Phumpie Munonde Gonza Kunakanga Vasikana Mudzungwano Kubvasena. And the Spiritual Bar is a safe space for us to cultivate and find our healing and spiritual awakening all through everything holistic wellness, the law of attraction, various schools of thought, anything that helps us vibrate higher and stay close to the Most High, because the intention is ascension, vibrate higher through shalom. I'm so excited for my guests today. They are so spectacular. And just a quick backstory on how I met them. I met them right here at home at Your Media. They were performing at one of the She Bad music sessions, the bold, ambitious, and determined music sessions. And I was beyond mind blown. I legit went up to them and I said, you were not even performing. That was an entire sermon. And when somebody touches your soul lyrically, I think that's somebody that deserves to be on the spiritual bar. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves. But if you're at home, please raise your cup. Snap, snap, snap. Let's welcome my lovely guests for today, Nisa Africa and the Juice. Welcome. Good morning, fam.
Good morning.
How are y'all doing?
We are blessed, and you?
So
Very
good.
Yeah.
So good. I am so happy to have you here. I really appreciate you being here. I know we had a little bit of hiccups to get you here, but that's all in the past because everything works in divine order, right?
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Please, could you just give the viewers just a 411 on who Nisa Africa and the Juice is and the roles you each play?
Okay. My name is Bonisa Wagamdaweni, and my artist name is Nisa Africa. So yeah, I'm the founder of Nisa Africa. And later in the journey, I wanted a band, and I got one, and I named it The Juice.
The Juice.
Yeah, because they quench the thirst. You know, when you're thirsty, I'm here to quench your thirst with the juice. And
And this is a soulful thirst, yes?
yes, very soulful, spiritual,
Spiritual
like
thirst,
yeah,
yeah.
you know, once you have that glass of juice, yeah, you look forward to the next day, to the rest of your future. Yeah, and yeah, what else would you like to know? Oh, pass it
The
on.
next one, yes, let's pass on the mic.
Hi everybody, I am Kolane, also known as Kush. I'm Jali. I'm the drummer and I'm also the musical director in The Juice, and been with Nisa Africa now for 2 years, and it's been a great journey.
Lovely. And our lovely lady in red.
My name is Amani Sitole Tanagachobe. I'm the manager. I've been with Nisa for many years. The journey from beginning to date, I've been there.
Yeah.
And getting the juice was a journey
Yeah.
that we went through together. Yeah.
I love it. I can feel the synergy already from meeting you guys, from the three of you. So, and this is not the entire Juice, guys, right?
Yeah. No. We're
How many are you guys in the band?
Yeah,
8.
It's 8.
Lovely number. Infinite sign of 8. I dig that. I love the energy between you all. And when you say you've been with them for many years, you can feel it. It transcends even when you guys are on stage, you can feel that this is a home, this is a family unit. This is not just people put together out of you're talented and you just gotta do this. Okay, I want to play a little icebreaker game before we get into all the nitty-gritty questions. It's a new one that I'm introducing, so you guys are the first.
Here you go.
You are my guinea pigs today. I want all of you to play.
I'm glad everyone's gonna play. So they just want to make me the guinea pig. Like
Yes,
you go first.
yes, the guinea
If
pigs
you get it
today.
wrong,
It's very simple. I'm thinking of calling it the spiritual bar shots.
Okay.
It's a spiritual bar, right? But
Yeah.
these are a different type of shots.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say one word, and you just gotta spitfire what comes to mind. One sentence, whatever. The first thing that comes to mind, you gotta tell me.
So
Yes.
we're MCs.
We're MCs. We're MCing. Okay, ready? Steady.
Fire away.
Go. Goddess.
Goddess.
Queen.
You each gotta say. Yeah, you each gotta say.
But you said one word.
So each person
Says
must
one
say
word.
whatever comes to their mind, whether it's one word or a sentence.
Oh,
it's fine.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Let's try again. Goddess.
Supernatural.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Divine energy, fertility, highest consenting. I'm done.
Okay. Revolution.
Revolution, cycles, uprisings.
Peace and harmony.
Power.
I love it. I love it. Heritage.
Ooh, grounded and growth and stability.
Culture being identity.
Hey.
Home.
Hey. Nice one. Blue.
Ooh. Blue is my favorite color.
Ocean.
Yeah, and calmness.
Peace. Endlessness.
Yeah. And the last one, spirituality.
Ooh. Warmth. Makes the heart warm.
God and ancestors.
I love that.
Spirituality. The true being, the true isness, spirituality.
Yeah. I love it. Oh, thank you guys so much. Those are some deep and fulfilling, wholesome answers that you came up with. I love it. I love it. Thank you for participating. How were those shots? Good shots.
No, good shots. Good shots. There's a good energy here, though.
Yeah. I'm glad.
Very hot
I'm
shots.
glad. Yeah.
Spirits.
You must be strong. Yeah. The spirit is strong. Okay. So let me start with you, Nisa. You grew up in a very musical family. And when did you know that you really wanted to take on music as a profession? Was it just an inevitable situation that you're going to find yourself in? Or did you not want to become anything else growing up? Was it an inheritance from the family?
So I'm the first one out of my family to take it as a profession. Yes, there's singers, but we sing at home when there's family gatherings or at church. And when I decided to take it as a profession, I was in varsity doing my second year, where the group of guys that I was friends with at that time were also into music. So we'd go up to the studio and, make music. Yeah. And I was so fascinated by how I could solve problems within the song. Like, no, that's not the right melody. No, that's not the right word, And that's when I was like, I can do this for the rest of my life. I can do this for the rest of my life. But I have to be smart about it. I have to do more research about it. How does one make an income out of it? How does one not go through the same railway of sex, drugs, and alcohol? Yeah. How do I make it a good outlook, to my family? Because going home and telling my mom I want this as a career, it will be shocking. So how do I make it look normal? Look legit, look like something, because you see it, Kabo Casper, you saw Casper from when he started and now he's big. So such shows you that it is doable. You just have to be focused, have the strategy, have the structure, have a plan, have a team. So then when you started, obviously it's just about music, and then as the journey goes, that's when you realize, Guti, okay, it's not just about music. You need a team, you need a band, and a band is not something you just find anywhere. I've had a lot of dramas before Kolani came, trials and tribulations, but at the end is knowing and believing that it's gonna fall into place. I have to go through the journey, through being disappointed, through being hurt, and but with all of that, it builds you. It built me so much as a character, but yeah, now I can proudly say, yeah, I'm there. I see the light. I see what we've been working towards. Yeah.
It's starting to shine. So you're the first in your family to professionally take it up, right?
Yes.
What continues to push you to stay motivated? Would you say this is a part of your purpose?
It's the fact that it's my purpose. That's what keeps me motivated. That's like, a day doesn't go by and sometimes I have to shut down a song because it's like you've got too many already. Like, go back to that one and finish the second verse for that one before you start a new one, So it's in me. I live it. I breathe it. Like, it's so in me. It's on, even in my thoughts, I think in song. When I answer, I'll be like, okay. So it's my purpose, and how I know it's my purpose is how it makes me feel inside. When you're doing something wrong, right? Because your heart starts beating fast, then you start, you know what I mean. And then when you're doing something good, you also know, because everything is just calm and relaxed, and you're just like, I feel like I'm floating. I feel like this is me. This is a part of me.
Yeah, I think it's intuition. It kind of reminds you how you're on the right track. No. Be cautious. You're not doing what you know you're supposed to be doing. And I think Oprah said this once, there's a difference between passion and purpose. And a lot of the times, especially in this industry, I mean, it's fun to be in media, it's fun to do music, it's fun to present and do all of these things, but not all of us are called to do that, right? You have to have that confirmation that you are a vessel. When did you guys get that confirmation individually in your life as well, that let me give you this is what you need to do?
Well, it's very funny because in the journey itself, I think I was not even looking forward to being a musician. I never knew that I was actually quite a musical person to begin with. So here I am thinking that all I wanted to do was to be busy with computers and programming.
Okay.
So now, and that's one thing, your life is structured that way, very much mainstream type of jobs, and everyone in the family looks at you as someone who needs to go into that mainstream, because no one has ever taken a step of doing something called music, because firstly, they actually don't even view it as a career, right? So that becomes another difficult factor, and they think that you're actually wasting your life in doing this thing called music. To them, you could do this in your spare time. But here I am, step into a spiritual place called the church. And this guy is playing drums, playing away, blowing my mind. We have a moment. He looks at me, I keep looking at him. Afterwards, he comes back to me, he says, "You can play." I'm like, I can't even hold a stick. But he could really feel what I sensed. He says, "Look, I know what I saw. Just come in," and that's where the journey begins for me, And with that being said, purpose is a very funny thing where when you wake up or when you sleep and everything you do, you know that this is who I am. Because even when you do try to run away from it, you either die within, you become zombified. And here you are thinking, I don't want to go do that because of I've seen that it's got struggles, and you do something that you don't want to do and something that you're never good at, and you end up in a place where you don't want to be. So it becomes a very funny thing that it's either you fulfill the purpose, and then because when you wake up and because it resonates, it's something about purpose that it speaks to you first before anyone else. And when you walk into a place called I am this person, it becomes even easier, and it actually opens up all even other avenues for me. But
musically terrible, can't sing to save my life. I'm that person. Hit a note and I'm going the other direction. But for me, more than anything, I think when Nisa approached me, was like, "Friend, you know me like better than anyone. You come from a family that they sing, so you know music. You've got an ear for it. I'll tell you, that person can sing, but I'm with that person." And I'm a go-getter. I'm not scared to walk into any room and talk to anyone that I need to talk to. And so more than anything, it was basically that she said, "You're one person that I know that I could put in any room and it could be CEOs of companies. It could be anyone. And
You do have that presence.
and
You do have that presence.
and you walk in and you play your part. And I was like, okay, let's try it and see where it takes us. It's a hard journey, I won't lie. You know, especially for the country that we are in.
Yeah.
You need to know someone who knows someone who knows someone.
Yep.
You know, to actually get there. The people will say, "Oh, your band is amazing." Do you? So what can you give us? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you always go through those tribulations, but more than anything else, I always say to the band that the belief that I have in them does not stop me. I will continue until I get to where I believe in my heart of hearts they belong. And I really believe they're a talented group. And the love, I mean, more than anything else, if you had to walk into our rehearsal space, you will be so amazed at the passion that comes across. We somehow, God made it, because we've gone through so many bands, as Nisa had said, and we've changed so many people. But when we got to the ones that we have right now, there's some spirituality that is so deep, like you can't mistake it, you know. There's a connection that we have that is amazing. We know how to talk to each other. We know how to be with each other, and we know how to make each other better.
Yeah.
In as a team.
Yeah.
So it's not an individual thing. There's not one person who thinks I'm above all these people here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's amazing, because when you go out there and you see people and you actually see other bands, and you can see there's always that person who thinks I'm the band.
Beyonce.
Yeah, the Beyonce of the group.
The Beyonce.
And we really don't have that. I mean, even Nisa as the lead. If someone is to walk into our rehearsal, they will not point out who's the lead, you know, because we don't have that diva mentality. And so spiritually, I think God has blessed us tremendously.
Yeah.
Tremendously.
Yeah. It's that divine connection
Yes.
and interconnectedness between all of you guys. That's why it's working out now, because it was divinely placed. Sometimes we try to make things fit, but because we think it might be a good idea to work with this person or this person because they're talented on this level, but not every good idea is a God idea. And it's not just going to work just because we want it to, right? I love how you mentioned with regards to you were doing IT, you know, and you never thought you were going to pursue a career in music, right? And how, especially in our Black families, music is a part of our upbringing. Like you're singing Hayani when you're happy, when you're sad, there's always song. Like in Africanism, there's spiritual chants that have always happened across time, right? So music and harmony has always been embedded in our DNA. Yet we're still a little bit backward on, you can't really have a career out of this thing, right? You can't really make it, right? What's your opinion?
My opinion on that one is because of I think that if you look at the industry itself, the music industry is not run by musicians per se. So when you look at the industry, it's run by lawyers, accountants, and people like that. So that brings a twist into it. So here is someone who could be the greatest songwriter, the greatest singer, right? When they see their person, they're not looking at Nisa's passion and saying, for her passion, you belong here. They immediately saying, for that talent and skill, I'm just going to take it and use it. So when we bring in the business side of skills, that's when the music actually changes and transforms into something which is where we are now, right? Where something is so beautiful, but but they never give the artists what they really deserve. Because if it was like that, a lot of more people would be more, even have more open gates, you know, to say, so if you say want to be a musician, we can already see it. If you say want to be an engineer, they don't say, the engineering firm is hard. They don't say that because they're aware that there are platforms already placed for you so that you can do that, you know. So it's very difficult for our families to see that because of what they've been seeing. I mean, this is also a taught culture where everyone that was famous, we saw them, but we see where they end up. So already that teaches us a certain sense of fear, a certain sense of misdirection, that there is no direction in this thing which you're talking about. So, and that becomes one of the pivotal points where they can't even give you their blessing. They're scared that where you're going is not so greener pasture, you know, which is very different, which is very funny because of everything we do, from the time we open up our eyes to switching on the TV, there's something artistic and musical happening. You jump into your car, there's something artistic and musical happening.
Yes.
You go into a mall, there's people dressed in something artistic. And everything we do, in fact, all our lives is so surrounded by the art. But it's the one thing that we never take, but it's actually something that is everywhere. When able to connect that, because of we see a great sense of exploitation, and we see a great sense of where's this thing taking you. Not being aware that, if we're to bring my other counterparts, they can already cultivate. They will by far surpass us because they can cultivate it, not because of we're less talented. With talent for us, it's very easy. 5-year-old, you're like, that girl can sing.
Yeah.
5-year-old, you scared, you're like, girl, but you can't even cultivate it. So we've become better though, because now we've got music schools and music things happening even in a very low, in what we call communal halls, which transforms. I mean, for me to walk out and seeing people carrying cellos, and the 5-year-old carrying a cello, it's very beautiful. So it means that there is a certain change coming, but slow as it is, but there's a certain change coming. For a black parent to say, go play cello, it means something. Initially, you want to hold cello, they'd rather give you a soccer ball.
Yeah, but things are evolving. Things are evolving bit by bit, and that point you just touched on now, there's a lot of communities that are polishing people's talents, because also it's about the intention when you're doing what you're doing. I think everything requires intention. Why are you in this industry, whatever industry you may be in? What is the intention of the song that you're writing when you perform it? Because as musicians or as creatives, I think you are vessels to be teachers, you're vessels to be healers. And music is one of the biggest things that influence society and how we are shaped as human beings, right? What is the intention behind Nisa Africa and the Juice's music?
The intention is to heal, to teach, and to give that space of growth within you. I want, when you come, like I said to you earlier, you come in with your burdens. It's like coming to church. You come in with your burdens. You can't leave church with those burdens. Doesn't make sense, So I want that with my music. You need to listen to my music and find a solution somehow. If that doesn't happen, then that means I didn't do a good job as a writer through my melodies. If it's a painful song, I want you to feel that pain so that at the end you find healing within that pain, because that's how I find healing, when I write down and I'm in tears and I'm like, and he said, and then at the end I'm like, I'm gonna make money of this. I'm kidding. But I mean, especially to the youngsters, to teach. I have a song called Uzalwe Unjalo. That song speaks truth about you as a person, that you were born like this. There's absolutely nothing you can do to take it away, but to embrace it and make them get with the program. This is me. It is me, and I'm not going to change myself to suit your fantasies. This is me. And it's also a thing of, we always want to be accepted. I always say, just because you're not understood doesn't mean you're wrong. You're not wrong. It's just that they don't understand you. And that is okay. As I grow older, I'm actually loving not being misplaced. I'm enjoying it, because it means, I'm different. And I'm enjoying being different, because it shows that I'm becoming me.
Your difference, your uniqueness is your superpower.
That's what it is. And that's how it's meant to be. I need to look at you and say, wow, like, you know what I mean?
We're not meant to be the same.
We're not meant to be.
Even trees are not the same.
Yeah.
Flowers are not the same.
Dogs are not the
Yet
same.
they
But
all
society
share.
has planted it that we need to be the same. We need to listen to the same music. We need to do the same thing every weekend. The chisanyama, the clubs, the ing. You know, like there's always this cycle. From Monday to Friday, you're stuck in traffic in the morning. Then you go into this box and you're in there the whole day. Then you're given lunchtime, you know, then you have to come back and then you go back home, got traffic. By the time you get home, you're tired. You don't
Yeah.
even have time for your kids.
Cycle.
You know, it's a whole cycle. It's a whole cycle, and we need
It's
to
to
break
control,
it.
and it's to control.
Yeah, it's to control.
It's to control.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's why I said to you guys, it was a sermon. The time I experienced you, I'm so grateful I got to experience Nisa Africa and the Juice. And if you guys haven't, I encourage you to follow them and find where they're performing next, because it truly is an authentic and an elevative, is that even a word? Experience, because that's how I felt. I truly left that room different, and I love a lot of the messages also stemmed from love, or were led with love. And love is the healer, because God is love, right?
Totally.
And I think it's so beautiful that you know the power that you have, you know the talent that you guys have, and you're using it for good. You're using it to heal people, because in this day and age we have so much depression, anxiety that we're fighting. And I mentioned to you earlier, and I said, you know, a lot of the music that we listen to is not helping me not to be depressed. If anything, it's putting me under more pressure, because I need to live this particular lifestyle. I can't. I'm gonna, you know. But we need to come back to the messages, like
We need to come back.
when you were telling us you being born the way you are is not a mistake. You know, you were created the way you are for a specific reason. Those are the messages that I think people need to be remembering, reiterated all the time. And I think we forget the power that we also have in our hands to switch. I'm not forced to listen to mainstream or this type of music, right? And in all essence, throughout history, music was used to empower, not to make you feel less than, not to make you question who you are or anything like that.
That's so true. I was saying we were driving back from Artis the other day, and there's a certain station that everybody listens to on a Sunday, and I don't conform to that specific, because I did all my life, so there's this one I discovered, you know, that plays unknown artists, different music on a Sunday. I wish I could say, but I'm not. I'm not here to promote them. And
It's just the business.
Yes, boss lady.
And the music they play, it's basically getting you out of your norm. You know, you can't always, I mean, like I'm saying, all my life we were listening to the same songs, and you get onto that station and it's still that same song we're listening to when I was 5 years old. Like there's this norm of this is how it's, and there's no growth in that. And I love the fact that she mentioned Uzalunjalo, because we are now living in a society that says you need to look a certain way all the time. You know, your body needs to be a certain way for you to be looking good. And you find a lot of kids, and that's why you're finding such a high rate nowadays of suicide, is because people are now, they feel I'm not fitting onto this world, you know, and people run to their spiritual side, and then because it's something that you don't practice, you know, and then you get so lost in this whole I don't belong, and what you fail to understand is you belong by you being alive, by you being you, is what you need to let people know. This is who I am, and I would never or want to take that away from me, first and foremost. You know what I mean? So those are society is I wish we could do something to, I always say I wish there was a powder we could put onto the air and just go, and then people's mindsets, and then people just like see color, and then just like love, you know. Let me love myself better. But hey.
Yeah.
You know, before I found the juice, ne, with the last band, we're like, let's stop. Ne. I went into fasting. I went into like you name it, and I was like, God, talk to me, talk to me. Like, if this is my purpose, I need you to show off. You know, and I'm not looking for talented people. You know, I'm looking for people who can play, but they are spiritually aligned. You know, that's prayer. Prayer is something else. Prayer is something else. And I was like, God, show off. And funny enough, after that, when we let go of the past, then we're like, and they just started coming in. And all of them, they are spiritually aligned. All of them, they are God fearing. It is so amazing. What Amani was saying, when you walk into our rehearsal space, even for us, it's a healing space. One of our band members lost his brother-in-law last week. And we canceled rehearsals because we're like, we can't, you know, one man down is all of us down, you know. And he was like, no, let's rehearse, you know.
He needs the healing.
Yeah, but unfortunately, because of Abanta Batala, you know, the elders, we had to say, no, we can't rehearse, you know, we can't. But the point I'm trying to make is with Nisa Africa and the Jews, it's family more than anything, you know. We have different types of age groups, you know. We have students, you know, my backing vocalists, they students, you know. Yeah, so even that, we've got older brother, little sister, you know. I can cry to this one, it's a family. It's a family. Yes, that's why I have Amani to draw the line, because we have to remember the business side of things, you know, because you know how family is. They'll arrive late, you know, they'll arrive and you're like, you know what I mean? So you need, so you need, there's a thin line, you know, there's a thin line. But obviously, family is important, you know, it's important, but also keeping in mind that also the business is important, because that's what puts food on the table. There must be a balance, you know. So And
I like that you mentioned all of you are also very spiritually aligned.
No, too much.
Like, why spirituality is so important in life, guys? Because I was telling somebody the other day, I said, you know, we grew up knowing IQ, intellectual quota, emotional quota, but I'm a firm believer that spiritual quota is just as important,
because that's where it starts. That's where you start before anything. You are spirit before anything. So if you don't fix that, nothing is gonna go right. So that's why, Linda, I stopped and I said, okay, let's have a spiritual connection. Now I need you, my creator, to lead, because the way I've been doing it is not working. Because God knows the end results already. He already knows how this chapter is going to end. So who am I? Why am I trying to figure it out? Why am I trying to solve things? You know what I mean? He's saying, no, just do. I'll do it. Don't worry. You know, and I promise you, ever since I did that, it's just been, challenges are still there, but you have that mindset, it will pass. Let's deal with it. Okay, what's 1 + 1? All right, sharp. You understand? Yeah. So spirituality is important. Try having your finances before your money will finish now. You won't even know what you did with it. But there's something about being spiritual that puts everything aligned to where you'll know how to handle your finances. You'll know how to manage your health. Because when you are in spirit, even what you eat, you're cautious of it. You know what I'm saying? What you drink, what you say, who you're around, where you go, what you say to the next person. It's all starts with the spirit. Then it leads all of that. Yeah, that's why it's important. So even with my fam, when they play, yes.
That's yes.
When they play, like, you know, we pray every before rehearsal, after rehearsal, before performance, after perform. We are a group of, we're a family of prayer. We pray because we prayer warriors, like one way, and it shows. I thank God every day for the Jews because they are so talented, and for them to take time to come to a Nisa Africa space and give it their all and play from the core of their soul. Only God can do that. No one can do that. No one can do that. I am so grateful to God for the Jews. I'm so grateful for them.
And it's still continuing. It's still continuing.
It's only the beginning,
it's only the
baby.
Would you like to add anything to that on why spirituality is so important?
Why spirituality is so important?
Yes.
I think being in this business for some time, I've seen so many talented individuals lose themselves because they were not grounded in anything spiritual. And the entertainment itself requires you a lot from you, right? So it will require a lot from you to the point where people start to take substances so that they can maintain. But substances are not who you are. Now, I've seen that the most grounded people are the ones that stay the course and even grow the course. I also find it quite alarming that if you're going to be holding anything called music and you're not spiritual, because there's a marriage there.
Right.
If you the problem about why we're seeing music being the way it is now is because of that divorce that we see there. So it's like there's a head that's got no body. And that's why it's flowing into other places. We're wondering why they're going to a dark place when we're supposed to be really finding life from this thing called music. Any form of divine conversation has music. Any form of divine form of healing has music. There's no practice that does not have music that heals. None. So with that being said, the music for me is that thing that enables us to actually communicate, right? And because of it has not put boundaries and lines.
Universal language.
It's a universal language. Totally. I mean, we walked into a place once and they didn't hear a word you're saying, but they said things left them when you were playing because of you were able to do exactly what music was meant to be doing. We're meant to be channeling things from another dimension of higher power, bring it here. So what music actually helps us, it helps us to do it together. And that's why music and spirituality, for me, you can't unmarry it.
You can't. I agree completely. And I spoke about this in one of my other episodes about how sound heals and music is a sound. That frequencies, different types of frequencies from the different songs. I love one of your songs. I think it's called Beautiful Day. Beautiful Morning. It's like a mantra. It's seriously a mantra for every single day. Love it. Yeah. And it's those frequencies that you're sending out to the listener, to the person next to you, to yourself even when you're creating it. It heals you, and that's why we're able to understand each other through the music. And all of these languages is just
It's just
collateral bypasses.
No,
that
definitely.
right? But our original language is music. The birds themselves, when they wake up, they're making music.
No,
Leading us to
definitely.
praise. And what other songs do you feel you have created that you believe are healing people, or perhaps have received that kind of review or feedback from people where it's like, listen, this song has touched my soul. This song has helped me through such and such.
No, definitely Beautiful Morning. It's got that thing of like get up, and also for myself, when I wrote that song, I was in a state of where I needed someone to sing this song to me. So it was me singing it to myself, to say like brighter days are coming and I have to be there to live in those brighter days, So as much as it encouraged me, I wanted it to encourage. I mean, this song is it's 4 years old, ne? But I listened to it today because today was a good morning, tomorrow is a good morning, next year there'll be good mornings, it's still relevant, you know what I mean? So yeah, and then Uzalunjalo was more inspiring with regards to you being you, you being you. Yeah. And then with the love songs. So I speak of love, but it's appropriate.
Yes.
It's appropriate for a granny, to listen to it and reminisce, about where. Yeah.
She loves grannies.
Like she always mentions.
So you love wisdom.
Yeah, I love wisdom. And then for our generation, where they are now with love, and for the young ones to listen to it and want to be there because of this kind of love, So I'm not like.
I like that you say appropriate, because a lot of things are perverse.
No.
Even love itself, it's like if I say I love you, it must mean all these other things, and it's like no, I just love you.
No.
I love you because you are a part of me. We are of the same creation. And we've just perversed a lot of things in life, I believe, honestly.
A friend of mine was talking about Utando Lwako.
How
she loves Utando Lwako. How love is meant to be. How love is meant to make one feel. We've taken love and made it about money, business transactions, okay, we're gonna marry because you are this and you are like,
and power.
Like we've forgotten the real concept of love,
because we're not anchored to our spirit.
Like, do you look at your man and get butterflies?
I mean, I hope to when I have a man.
Okay, so you hope to. You want to get butterflies.
I want to get butterflies.
Okay, so you're not just so you're not just about he's got the money and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, but when you're sleeping next to someone you love, you sleep like you pass out immediately, and like Bona, you are in the most peaceful, calm space ever. So don't you want that?
Calm. Yeah, you want to feel
or
that.
you want to lay next to your man and be like, I hope he gives me 10 grand tomorrow because I'm trying to do my hair, like that's all you're about. You know what I mean? Like that's all you're about. What about the inside? The inside.
Or even just being in those still moments with your significant other. You must be able to just be in a moment where you're both just yourselves. Nothing must be going on or anything, but when you feel that calm, when you feel that sense of belonging and acceptance, and that comes from the love that you feel, true love, not what can you do for me? What have you done for me? What you gonna do for me?
What you gonna do for me?
What am I? It's become so much of a, I don't know, bartering exchange thing now.
But that's where we brought ourselves to as a generation. Uguti, there needs to be terms and conditions.
But so do we believe that music could help us go back to
My
that?
music is going to help us get better. It's gonna help us to remember the butterflies, man. Come on, man.
I'd like to add to that. For me, what music actually does is that music actually is also a documentation. It's like a historian, right?
Yes.
So it means that when we get lost of what did this thing mean, if I can go back and say let's play a track in the 70s, you will hear what they thought it meant. So it's documenting something which we call, but it's also documenting a certain form of connection, which we could, because we lose things the more we try to develop them, right? So and sometimes it's needed for us to always look at a certain blueprint which was correct, with the one that why did it last so long? Why was it so beautiful? So when I get very excited when she mentions all the love songs, because then in the band, just say Thando Lakho, just feel the mood and it shifts. You will swear everyone's married in their place, but that's because of the lyrically does that to them, but it's also informing a true sense of love, which is also a thing which is about an identity, right? Because of everyone gets tired, like we get tired of chasing stuff. We get tired of things being so material, because it's just like chasing dopamine. The more you chase, the more you try to go to the next one, compared to just being. And this is what the trueness of love is, like you're just being.
He's smart, isn't he?
We are
He's
human
very smart.
beings. He's very smart, quite smart, huh? Quite smart. There's something there. Oh my goodness. I feel like this juice that was brought today is even beyond. Like, I have so much to take home from this, and I want you guys back. I feel there's so much more I would love to dive into. There's like 1,000 other topics from each answer you were giving me. But before we wrap up, where can people find you? How can we support this journey that you're on?
Okay. So on social media, you can find us at Nisa Africa. So when you go to Instagram, just type Nisa Africa. When you're on Facebook, Nisa Africa. TikTok, Nisa Africa. Yeah, just type Nisa Africa. Spotify.
Africa with the C.
Yeah, with the C, yes. Spotify for our music, digital platforms, we are also there. YouTube, we are also there. And then with knowing where we're going to gig, you can get it on Instagram and Facebook. And then to watch where we are going, where we are, where we're from, that's on YouTube. Yeah.
And our website as well.
And do catch what we did here at your media right here.
Yes, that music session.
That's the show.
Yeah. Check out She-Bed. Also on Instagram, you'll see some snippets of what we did, and it was amazing.
Stay tuned to that. I really appreciate your time and your presence. And your
thank you
energy.
for inviting
This is
us.
so beautiful, and I wish you nothing but all of the fruition of everything that you're planting, from your hearts to the actual work that you're putting in. May everything follow through for you.
We also want to thank you guys. Like, you made it so, it was such a pleasure. It was a pleasure. You made it so easy for us, to just come in, connect. I was saying earlier that, as an artist, like sometimes it becomes so tough that by the time you perform, you're tired because of preparing, But you guys, you didn't give us that. You gave us a space to get ready and all of that, the food,
love, and we're just reciprocating.
Thank you.
Just to add on, your team is absolutely amazing. We were saying earlier that as soon as we walked in, everyone received us, and because we are in a show right now that is spirituality, all about spirituality. I think you guys have that within your team. It's amazing to walk into a place and everyone's energy is right.
Thank you.
Your energy here. I mean, there's a guy who walked in and I was like, I'm giving you a hug. And I was like, okay. And to a lot of places you walk into, you don't get that. A lot of people want, I'm going to keep to myself. And your energy, your media, I pray to God that they bless you. You get as many investors as possible.
So much. Thank you. We
Because
receive
honestly, how you guys are doing it, your Bomo, speaking to any member of your team, there's so much peace and you can feel that the people here love what they're doing. They want to grow within what they're doing, and it's amazing. And thank you for receiving us with so much love and everything that we've asked for. You've never been funny, so it's you've got a beautiful team, and there's a man behind here that you guys can't see, but he's absolutely amazing.
Yes, he is.
He's absolutely amazing.
He
is so amazing. So
He gave us cakes.
he even gave us cakes, so thank you so much. I pray, like I was
You
saying.
are guaranteed to find love, kindness, wholesome right here. This is a family, and we're just also giving what you have given us, what we got. So we appreciate that. Thank you so much.
It just shows we actually are aligned, like spirits meeting spirits, and
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
I'm happy.
What's the mission again? Ascension.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
The
oh yeah,
intention
oh
is
yeah.
the same, Sean. You're gonna say it now. Let's link them out. Before we link them out, I just want to leave everybody with a quote, like I always do. This time it is from Edward Lighton. He says, "Music, once admitted to the soul, becomes a sort of spirit and never dies." Just ponder on that. That is Phumpie signing out. Thank you so much for your time. I love you all. Stay tuned to at Your Media on all the social streets and at Phumpie. I hope you've downloaded the She24 app so you can catch all of the Spiritual Bar episodes and all the other episodes at Your Media. As always, remember, the intention is ascension. Vibrate higher through shalom. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I love that.